Citation in front of you is waiting for an alpha release, so if you're ready to go, I can get you going now.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready to go. Step up, Alpha.
Alright, one more check. We are good. Lining up on weight. Get everything set. And then we get clearance. We'll do our ignitions and our heat. We get our lights on. We'll get all those things ready to rock. Making power. Departure, good morning. Citation 99 Charlie Julia, leaving 1,500 for 3,000. Tigre and I are flying at flight level 400 in the CitationJet, one of the jets that we manage. And we've been flying with the A30, as you see with our other videos. And what we're doing now is we want to talk a little bit about it in this environment. Usually in the jets, I'll fly with the BOSE ProFlight Series 2. I love them, lightweight, very nice. Or we'll also use the A20s. But, most of the time, I'll fly personally with the ProFlights. But now we're trying this brand new, like it hasn't even been released yet when we're doing this video. It's really cool. We really, really like it. The comfort is dramatically better. The A20s are great, but the reduced clamping force, Bose says 20%, is definitely noticeable. Been flying them, gosh, the last 2 days. By the time we get done here, we'll have about 16 hours flying with these headsets. And quite impressive, about 8 hours each day. Very, very comfortable, so it has that difference. Flown with A20s for many, many years. They're very good as well. The ANR is very similar, or actually more accurately, the acoustic noise reduction, cancellation ANC. Some of the differences, like we talked about in the videos, this is on the control module, right? You got a cool little hanger thingy here. Works really well to hang stuff on. The biggest thing, of course, is with the noise cancellation. And high, you have medium, and you have low. Low is if you really would like to still have some attenuation of, also increases the gain on the speech frequencies, which are about 300 to 3,300 hertz. So you can hear people easier. Actually, when you put it in low, at first you go, wow, it's worse than with the headset off, because it is increasing the gain on those speech frequencies. Medium is pretty nice. You hear a lot of the airplane. Still pretty tolerable in terms of noise level outside, right? But it changes the profile. But my preference, I just do it in high. The CG is very quiet. This CG in particular is quiet compared to some other Citation. Not sure why, but it's a few decibels consistently lower in noise than the other ones that we fly.
Hey, Tigre at 400 in cruise in the CJ, and I'm wearing the A30s. Dad was kind enough to let me borrow them for a little bit. I have noticed that even with having them on for just a brief amount of time, if you have thicker arms on your sunglasses or you got hats, if you've been wearing other headsets for a long time, maybe not these, I haven't been wearing just these, I was wearing the A20s, I was still noticing some of the pressures on my head, so I was flying with my arms outside of the ear cups and ear muffs. So just keep that in mind if you're that type of person where that pressure is really strong. And we were talking about the tap to hear feature, where it lowers the ANC and increases the gain on the local frequencies. Right there it works, and then you should be able to swap it back over to make this one the lowered ANC. Let's say you're talking to a crew member or passenger on that side of your head. Sometimes in your tapping, it might not activate. Like right now, it no longer activates after I shut this one off. So Bose was saying that sometimes the issue might be how you're tapping. What I've noticed is that if you somehow get it wrong, you almost have to let it time out so it can reset, because it's basically become overloaded with your taps. So don't keep tapping, because that kind of messes with your eardrums, which is one of the downsides of the tap to hear feature, because you basically have this big drum over your ear, and if you tap too hard, it's very discombobulating. It's kind of disorienting and not enjoyable to hear the thump. But now I just got the tap to hear again. So if you are having issues with it, I've noticed you just need to slow down and not over tap yourself. And if you are having issues and you still need to hear someone, then just switch your ANC on the controller. That's what we found so far.
Alright, so Tigre and I are now going to test it with the Bose A30, brand new. We've got them before the release. So we're going to do our scientific ambient noise test and then do the noise test within the ear cups of the A30. So now we're going to do ambient. Right now we got 77 decibels ambient. So now putting this in the ear cup. Now we have passive with the A30s off. That's 70 decibels. So now turn the A30s on in the low mode. That's 75. We'll talk a little bit about that, why. Now we have it in the middle selection on the ANC. At 68 decibels. Let's go to full ANC. Down to 53. On our earlier test, we got 50. So let's explain a little bit about that and why that all the differences. Passive, pretty impressive, right? We get somewhere around 7 to 10 decibels. Of course, not using a scientific microphone, but it's a pretty good test for us, right? And then in low, the reason it's higher, set in lower, hold on a second, I'm just going to go to 2 while our son monitors one. Now, when I go to lower ANC, it's adding gain to the speech frequencies, which makes sense because the whole idea of doing the low or doing the tap control is that you can hear outside people talking with people outside who are talking, right? So the low, it makes sense that it's higher because in the low ANC reduces some frequencies but actually adds gain to the voice frequencies, which makes sense because if you're talking to somebody who's outside of your headset, you want to be able to hear them. In the mid-range, it's doing active noise cancellation on a variety of frequencies, but not all of them. And then in high, it's doing attenuation across all the frequencies. So that's why we get the highest attenuation. Makes sense. Very comfortable. It's kind of a nice test because the microphone's right by where our ears, and that's what we're sensing. Now we're going to have Tigre test the A20s so that he can give you his feedback as we do that sound level test.
Okay, Tigre here, Personal Wings. I'm going to test the Bose A20 headset and see how it stacks up against the A30s for the passive and its active noise cancellation, reduction, etc. So first, let's get ambient noise, right? Let's get our control. So here we go. Alright, looks like Dad recorded 78 as the average, which is close to what he had for the A30, so 77. So we're doing apples to apples, right? And now, what I'm going to do is I do not have the active noise cancellation on the ANC. I just am using passive noise reduction currently. So just the ear muff pressed against my skin, my skull. I'm going to put the mic to behave as if my own ear, which it is in there. There we go. Now, I do have 2 little cables coming through the ear muff, so that's breaking the passive seal. But I'll push it on just to ensure it's on there, and let's listen to... And just so you know, we're at flight level 400, so 40,000 feet in cruise. Got your normal fans on, and that was 65 for the passive noise reduction. So let's see what active noise cancellation does for us. So we're going to turn it on right now. Wow, so that drops it about 48. So that's a pretty massive drop, and it is noticeably quieter and really comfortable for the ear. So, yeah, A20s, they do a great job.
Other things are the Bluetooth, same process, works great. Love listening to Bluetooth. Remember that the Bluetooth, as we talked about in my article, the Twin Turbine has a different equalizer. So Bluetooth audio is more on Bose's golden curve, so it has a better sound representation of the spectrum and so forth for audiophiles. So it was done by Dr. Amar Bose. That was his golden curve. When you do the input in here, it uses a different equalizer, so it's a different shaping of the frequencies, and then Of course, then when you use just the intercom and ATC, you're using a TSO equalizer because the FAA has very, very specific requirements for frequency, sound, and so forth coming on headsets, and that's what BOSE complies with the TSO as well as the European requirements. So very cool. Inside here, the batteries, 45 hours of battery life. If you're using the 6-pin connector, some people call it the LEMO connector, that 6-pin LEMO connector will use ship's battery power or ship's power so that the batteries will last much longer. Great headset. Highly recommend it. Very comfortable. Of course, we've got our videos with the 206. We'll have multiple videos going over this, as well as the unveiling when we unboxed the A30 when BOSE shipped it to us for a review. So again, articles in Twin Turbine. Hope you enjoy it. Test it out. Try it. See if you like it. See if it's a headset for you. Each person has a little different comfort level with different headsets, but definitely one worth trying. So thank you for watching the video. If you like it, please click that button down there. Subscribe to our channel. You'll be the first one to know when we release other videos on a whole bunch of different topics. Of course, our website is personalwings.com. Thanks for watching another Personal Wings review. Amazing product, the BOSE Aviation A30 headset.